Good morning, Lawson here. I wanted to get on this morning and do my daily video, let you guys know. I was watching the Supreme Court this morning and their rulings on the ballots issues, and you guys are lucky I'm running, for one. For two, it's amazing how far off so many people that are on the TV that are supposed to be law experts are. None of them know what they're doing. They're all hacks. None of them understand the concepts of any of these doctrines or even know what these arguments are about. And the fake news is terrible because this entire time they've been framing this as something it's completely not. They're fighting about states' rights, but they want to have it both ways, and they can't have it both ways, you see. They want the states' rights to weigh in favor for them on Roe versus Wade. They want the feds to be able to pull the plug and say, no, you can't do abortions, or you have to allow abortions. I'm sorry. On the other hand, now, they're saying that the state should be allowed to have full deference over who they put on their ballots, period. Without unrestricted is what they're asking for, and they're using Donald Trump as a reason for them to bring these cases in front of the courts because there's no justification for this. They're basically asking for the ability to cement power forever on their primaries, and I think they're trying to get ahead of the actions that they've already done in the past, like with Hillary and Bernie and those kinds of things. I wanted to do a video today on the legalization of marijuana and what that would do for our state and our industry, but that video might have to be tomorrow because this is super important. As I was watching it, I started to see it unroll in front of my eyes because I normally watch the channel Lurkbat, which if you're watching me, Lurkbat, props, that's a great channel. They're one of the only places I can find that will live stream Congress and the Senate and the hearings, so I'm on there a lot. When there's things important, DC's far, so you can't go to all those meetings, right? This morning, though, Fox actually aired the argument, which was interesting to me. They normally don't do that. They just allotted hours of their time this morning to go ahead and live stream the oral arguments. They don't allow cameras in there. All the justices were sitting there, and you could hear, well, the Republicans came out, and a few of the justices that wanted to resist, maybe for political reasons or tried to get the optics to go their way, they couldn't do it. They couldn't scope in an argument and get a good argument focused in to make it sound good because there's no way to defend what they were asking for. So once the Republican led, I guess Trump's lawyer, we'll call him Trump's lawyer is who it was, once he was done speaking, he left pretty much only one path, and that was that there's not going to be able to, you're not going to be able to make an argument that gives the states the unadulterated access for full deference to decide who they can do it or who they can select in their elections. It's not just Trump on the ballot. They're talking about across the board. The state should have deference over federal and state, and they've already had it for state for a long time. As you can see with the Senate primary, they allow unchecked and unrestricted mail-in ballots, and then there's no way to verify who sent them or who dropped them off or if they were real votes at all, or legal people that are supposed to be voting, or if they're dead. There's no mechanism to correct that. They did that, and then they've made it where, well, it's the state's right to do that, and the feds can't intervene. You can't step in. The state gets to decide, and that means whoever's in power can stay in power forever because they can change the election laws, whether it violates the Constitution or what, to go ahead and keep doing it. This is a big deal, and if the courts rule that nope, you're done, we're going to take away their election rigging, they can't do it. They will be held criminally liable for the things they've been doing, and I can't wait till you guys see who the architect of all this is, and they're both right here from our Keystone State, and you're going to see it real soon. There's more than two of them, but two of them are trying to run in this race. One of them, the main one against me on the Democrat side, is the architect of the lawfare. Understand what I'm saying? He is the architect of the lawfare. Now, the other one works for the Biden administration, and she, that's right, runs his elections. You guys will put it all together soon. And once you do, it's going to all open up for you, and you're going to see what all this fake news has been about the whole time. They're not going to be able to spin this one that hit today. They're going to have to say, oh, wow, because they thought for sure the liberal justices would give them talking points to counter. There is none. There's none. There is no defense for it. You're going to have a 9-0 hung jury that says, no, the states cannot cement elections forever and basically pick whoever they want. That's it. That's what's happening right now. So that's good news. That's a huge win. I don't think anyone really understands the gravity or the weight of it yet. The news is trying their hardest right now to spin it, but they're just failing. They're failing, which is good. We like to see them fail because they're enemy of the people. So that was a little rant. I don't think I got time to get into the legalization of marijuana, the decriminalization of marijuana. It's funny, when I ran for governor the first time, that was one of my main platforms, and I was attacked so hard for that. And people would say stuff like, well, marijuana is already legal. I mean, it's not. It's federally illegal. So you're a criminal still, and the state is actually a criminal organization that's enriching themselves off of turning the other cheek to those that pay them. I have really direct elements and causes of action that I could explain to a 5-year-old that will show that the state is by definition a criminal organization, and a big part of it is the marijuana laws. So decriminalization of that is necessary for the state to be able to function in an orderly manner. The state has to stay out of it, and if the feds want to keep it illegal, then they have to come and enforce that. And if they do, the state's not going to be able to get in the way. So what I can do is decriminalize it, is allow everybody in the state to do whatever they want, but if the Fed comes for you, you have no protection. But that's the way it is right now. So a lot of these stores are just on a house of cards, and they could at any moment be taken out by these guys. So a lot of these arguments, along with the Chevron deference case, and what you'll find about that case is that has a lot to do with the agencies that run everything being able to police themselves. And I have actually court tomorrow that is in the scope of this. And right now I'm trying to change that to where I'm going to go after them constitutionally, trying to show that the APA actually violated my civil rights as a person. I'm a rare type of person that has special types of standing, and without giving away all of my aces up my sleeve, I'm going to go ahead and elect to talk about that in a future video, because standing's important. And I think that I have some pretty good legal theories on that. And once we can get standing in the right areas, that's when things start to change, because the laws are set up right now to protect the people that wrote them. Let that sink in for a minute. Well, I'm going to cut you loose right now today. I'm going to go see if I can find some more great content to talk about. Hopefully I didn't bombard you with too much information in this short amount of time. I will come back, and if you guys have questions, I know nobody sees my videos yet. I feel like I'm talking to nobody. The censorship's bad. We know about it. But I figure that you guys are going to binge watch these later, a little closer to the election. And this was my best chance to be able to get everything in separate topics on record for you guys to go through and watch short videos on some of my positions. So maybe you guys can get familiar with more of them in that amount of time, because you know they're only going to let me have one little video for about 30 seconds to be able to address the entire state, and it's very hard to wrap all of that up into 30 seconds when you guys know what we're up against. I have faith that you guys have been treated as badly as me by the organizations that you look up to, and I also realize that you guys have probably realized that you have no mechanism to correct it, so trying to fight it seems pointless and almost detrimental to your life and family. That's the issues that we saw. That's the issues that we're attacking. These issues were complex and deeply entrenched, and we're trying to go after them. I'm very glad that I was able to catch the court hearing live today. It really helped me to put together some of the liberal arguments that they're trying to push, and it totally exposed the whole situation for me. I'll be able to unroll it for more people, and from there we're going to be able to take the power back. They're not going to be able to continue to walk down this path, because once the sunlight hits them, they're going to be like vampires. And once people see what they're trying to do and what their intent is, it's going to stop them dead in their tracks. I'm going to stop them dead in their tracks. You're going to stop them dead in their tracks. MAGA's going to stop them dead in their tracks. President Trump's going to lead this revolution, and we're going to take it all back. And then we'll see what comes after him, right? He always does have an apprentice somewhere. LeonLawson.com. Check me out, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.